Fahd, I'm coming straight to you. No position in the cabinet, no executive power, but there is an elephant in the room that we can't ignore. How do you see that?
Well, depends who you're referring to when you call mention the elephant in the room, because there are so many elephants in the room nowadays.
The power broker, Zardari.
Okay. Well, clearly, I mean, he's finally worked his way back to the highest office in the land, and I think it goes to his credit that despite the ups and downs that he's faced, despite all the difficulties and the challenges and the political, really difficult political situations that he's faced in the last couple of years, or at least since he was, the inhabitant of this house last time. I think it goes to his credit that he's been able to negotiate his way back into the presidency. But this time around, of course, it's a different situation, it's a different equation, and it's a different country in many ways. So I think it will be very interesting to see how Mr. Zardari can play a very effective role as compared to the one that he played last time, and whether he can actually still be as relevant in this current context as he was when he was in the presidency last, and when it was his party and his prime minister who was ruling and not an allied party. So I think it's a different time, different set of challenges, but the same person.
Okay, Mr. Malik, same question to you. How do you see this time, this combination panning out? Because Fahad thinks it's a different country, it's a different situation this time.
It's a way more interesting country. The last time Mr. Zardari was in office, it was really a powerful office. The president could dismiss the government. Article 58(2)(b) powers were there. He actually, under the 18th Amendment, gave away those powers. But today, without having 58(2)(b) powers, he can actually dislodge the government.
Okay.
The PMLN-led government is totally dependent on People's Party to stay in power. They can easily pull the rug any time. So even though his office doesn't have the power to dismiss the government, his party has all the power to bring down the government. So I think he's in a very, very powerful position right now. And he's not taking any executive positions like you pointed out earlier. So they are not part of the government, yet they are the government. They enjoy the element of plausible deniability when it comes to tough decisions. But I think the real picture would emerge once the budget is passed. Because the budget can't pass, and that's about 2 months from now. The budget can't pass without their support. And they would have to share the blame partially for a lot of tough decisions. I think the political game would become very clear once the budget is passed, who stands where. Then the question, also 2-3 key appointments are yet to be made. We're waiting for the announcement of the finance minister. Now the gossip about who's going to be the interior minister, name of Mohsen Naqvi is being bandied about, the former chief minister of Punjab, who was supposed to be a nominee of the army chief when it came to being the caretaker chief minister in Punjab. I don't think that's going to happen, but the mere fact that his name is being bandied about, that's a very interesting development. So I think once we see the cabinet, we already know what the Zardari equation means. He's gotten also probably the highest votes ever for a presidential candidate. So he's in a really good place right now. He's in a very good, and I think more important than that, the army is eyeing his position as somebody who can ultimately broker peace between PTI and army also. So Zardari Sahab is not only very important for the PMLN people, I think he's set to play a very important role when it comes to the overall political equation. Because ultimately, PTI and army have to talk to one another. Right now, they're talking at each other. PTI will have to take a step back. Army will ultimately have to take a step back. Zardari Sahab might be that neutral venue where people meet. If you remember, when Imran Khan had a really bad time with General Bajwa also, where did they meet? They met in President Alvi's place. So presidency, a neutral reconciliation ground in Pakistan. Too many things are interesting happening.